Welcome back to the latest edition of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer of jakestake.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. Guys, Jake's Take is celebrating 10 years this year, so one of my goals for the podcast is to introduce you to people who've been so important to my growth, and I've loved seeing them grow. So I'm bringing back one of my favorites. He is the founder of Anabolic Aliens and the creator of the Exerprise app. As of this recording, his videos have amassed over 122 million views on YouTube. Also has 92,000 Instagram followers and almost 884,000 YouTube subscribers. Please help me welcome one of my dear friends, Mike Rosa.
I love it. Thank you so much for having me on, Jacob. It's always a blast talking with you.
It's always a blast checking in with you, my friend. And it's been a year since we last spoke. So how have you grown as an entrepreneur since our last conversation?
It's pretty crazy. This year has been incredibly dynamic. Since COVID hit and the world has completely shifted, it's actually been incredibly favorable for my business. So my business has been online and kind of set the precedent for home workouts before everyone had to go work out at home. So I had a massive amount of attention come right to all of my platforms when COVID first hit. And the attention has stayed. It's been incredible. So YouTube has significantly grown since the last time we talked, like literally millions more views since the last time we talked. Subscribers continue to grow, but even more so the Anabolic Aliens and Exerprise platform. So Anabolic we completely revamped our entire website. We have our whole Invasion membership now, which is a monthly type of system instead of like a buy a program and then go do the program and then you have to buy another thing. We have all the programs all in one system and a bunch of other things, exercise library, nutrition guides, and it's just a whole fitness course and everything that you need all in one place. So that was a really big development of ours that's been incredibly successful with getting a ton of members in there. And then our shop, we've been selling resistance bands, getting more equipment in there. So now we're selling equipment instead of just apparel, which has been a huge success. And then personal training on the website, but even more so, the Exerprise development has been rapid. We've really expanded. Exerprise isn't just a workout generator at this point. I don't even remember what it was a year ago. We're moving so fast. But now it's like an Exerprise is a workout generator, a meal prep generator, a calorie counter, a workout timer, and also even workout analytical tool that we just connected with the Apple Watch. So it's really exciting times.
Congratulations on all of that and getting close. And because we'll talk about each and every individual one, the like 8 through our conversation, but those subscribers, and you're marching to that 1 million mark, Mike. You're marching to 1 million, and I'm so happy for that.
Thank you so much. It's exciting.
All righty, we got to talk about the Invasion first. So, how has the Invasion community grown since we last spoke?
One of the things that I really made a point of on YouTube was building more of a community foundation, and that was the 30-day series. Now, the 30-day series had so many things put into it that I feel like kind of went under the radar, which was a little bit intentional, but it was more so to just add a whole different vibe to the channel, bringing you from point A to the end point, like wherever you want to go. So that's why I have like 10, maybe not 10, but like a ton of different workout series at a 30-day style, and they cover all different muscle groups, and they're done at home. And the whole point of that was to generate the workouts with Exerprise, so people are not only just seeing the app, they're seeing it function and following along with it, while I give them the motivation through the YouTube and follow along format on YouTube. And that got the app literally thousands and thousands more downloads, which significantly increased the retention rate that we were having. So those 30-day series, the community grew on Anabolic Aliens that was also promoting Exerprise at the same time. And that being said, since we already had the foundation there, and now we had a whole more engaged Anabolic Aliens community, that's when the Invasion really took the next step in developing the website development of it, because it wasn't just the app, which was Exerprise. We needed something for the Anabolic Aliens Invasion community to come in there and with the only alien vibe, because Exerprise was made to be separate from the Anabolic Alien brand, a tool, of course, and something that's connected, but the Anabolic Aliens website is a completely different entity. And we put a lot of work and development and custom coded everything for the website. So it's literally its own web application now. And the Invasion has gone from a couple hundred to thousands of people in the membership really enjoying the entire experience, and we're always revamping it. So now instead of just developing Exerprise as an application, the Invasion membership is always under development as well.
And that's incredible with program platforms. And I think because of the popularity of OnlyFans and Patreon, because a significant amount of content creators and fitness entrepreneurs have turned into that thing. So I think you've been doing one of the first few fitness entrepreneurs that have embraced like the community thing.
Absolutely.
Like the community membership. So do you feel like you're a pioneer in a membership initiative?
I don't know if I would say pioneer, because streaming services have been doing it for so long. It's just the reoccurring revenue model is incredibly successful for a business standpoint, but also just the community vibe is something that model allows you to really capitalize on. And I feel like without that model, like when you buy one program, you're one and done with the program. But when you buy into a membership, you have so much value that's never ending. So instead of a one-time purchase, you're buying into not just one plan, but an entire concept and community, which I really think is so important on a personal as well as business level.
I agree, because in all honesty, I interview a lot of fitness entrepreneurs, and some of their clients have admitted that they've watched them fly away and they don't keep up with them and after their period. But however, it sounds like from you that the invasion's here to stay.
Absolutely. It's only going to get better. You're never going to lose value. You're only going to gain value. And once you get in there and you get the value, you know you're going to be getting more. So I think that's a really important element.
And like you said earlier regarding the Exerprise app, when you listed out all these different things, the calorie counter, the exercise counter, everything else. So have you, it's third anniversary. So have you thought about what the users are going to use experience on its third anniversary, or like beyond the third anniversary?
Oh, we are still just getting started, it feels like. We have an entire new system that's getting developed which includes workout and program creation tools. So we're going to be getting an entire amount of trainers to be training for us out of Exerprise to be able to offer coaching and literally personal training through the app, where trainers will have full customization of their creating their plans, messaging to their clients. So instead of it just being a tool, we're really going to be building it into a community that also has other people being able to run businesses out of. So we'll be creating user and trainer profiles, which will connect all of that to our server.
Now, I want to talk about the trainers. So do you select these trainers, and what are your criteria? Because the Invasion in the Anabolic Aliens brand is very well known in our group of fitness entrepreneurship. So you have very high standards. So have you thought, what are those standards for the trainers for looking to see, who are watching or listening to this, that want to be part of the Exerprise app?
Absolutely. So we have built a lot of technology and functionalities that will make every trainer's life easier. Like, I've been making these features from my own experiences, from going through all of these things, of being 8 years into the fitness business now, like working out myself and going through all these different things. So I'm like, yo, I need this, I need this, I need this. So not only is it something that will be incredibly convenient and efficient, what we're doing is setting it up so it's impossible to cheat the system. One of my biggest things going through training when I was going to the gym all the time and didn't really have a ton of experience was I couldn't stand when I would see someone who wasn't paying attention to their client, had no idea what they were doing, or honestly just really out of shape, but they're teaching someone how to be in shape. Like, it's an industry that does require a certain amount of experience and not just being able to take a test and say, I know how to do this. There's a lot of variables that go into your body and your health, and it's a very attentive position, and it matters. It's your health. It's very, very important. So that drove me crazy when I'd see a trainer talking to someone else, drinking a coffee while their client's working over here. It doesn't make any sense. So I've been trying over the last few years to build functionality and technology to eliminate these problem areas. And the trainers, to get all of them involved, what we're doing is we're going to be having multiple sections. So Exerprise has programs and all these things that will be vetted. There'll be a credential system, and they won't be promoted to the mass audience without being approved and making sure they're effective, because you don't want a random person putting out something and someone getting hurt. That would be the worst thing that could happen. So how do you avoid that? We don't say these. We will eventually have Exerprise trainers. Will be a certification process. So in the beginning, we're hiring athletes and people all over. So we'll have our own athlete team, which will be Exerprise athletes. So that'll be one credential that we've already vetted these people. We've gone through them. We've researched and made sure they're legit. And then to any type of trainer who wants to be involved, what we're going to be doing is creating kind of a system where we're going to be giving you our functionalities and features to make your life significantly easier, have you very conveniently being able to train your clients directly out of Exerprise, and also open you up to the potential of training hundreds of thousands of users. And the way we're making sure that's a safe process is we're going to be allowing the users to rate the trainers. If a trainer's not doing a good job, our users are going to let them know, and they're not going to ever get bought again. That's why we're going to be having an approach where these are the Exerprise programs. These are the Exerprise trainers. They've already been vetted, but we don't want to restrict someone from being able to get to that opportunity. We want people to be able to prove themselves, be able to show, I have 50 clients. They're getting the best results of their lives. Come advertise yourself to hundreds of thousands of people all over the world and take your business to the next level. And if you don't do a good job, it will show. If you do a great job, it will also show. So that's kind of the separation we're going to go for. We're going to have like a trainer system and then a next level Exerprise vetted trainer system, where those are like the programs that would be presented in the program category of the app versus here are the trainers that you could hire that are looking for clients at this point in time.
I think that's perfect. And besides, and expand, I think of a lot of international trainers that I know and seeing some of our contemporaries, like my friend Joss Mooney and also Sean Alexander and Nick Topple with the model fitness trainers, and also Scott Herman as well. They've all been experienced with building their communities, and also they could actually do a guest job on Exerprise.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's not like we don't want them to feel like you have to bring your community over here. The point is to make it as convenient as possible for your clients. And for anyone around the world, anyone is going to need guidance, especially in the beginning part of their journey. And if you kind of restrict yourself to your own audience, for one, you're restricting yourself, meaning you're not letting yourself have the ability to work with potentially exponentially more clients all around the world, just because you're kind of being too brand loyal. And what I mean by that is there's nothing you're sacrificing from your own brand. We're going to allow you to promote your own brand. We'll have our Exerprise trainers, but you're training your community. We're just trying to give you the tools to make your job significantly easier and make you more money. So it's really kind of a system that we want to help everyone grow. And that's going to be definitely, I think, one of our biggest hurdles in the beginning is making that very clear. Because for someone like me who's built all of these things, if someone reached out to me in the beginning, my first thought process was, I'm not going to go under someone else's brand or do something like that. It's my community, you know what I mean? So our goal as the Exerprise company is going to be to eliminate that potential reasoning for not joining and make it so necessity, you need this to make your life significantly easier and you'll make exponentially more money. So that's really our game plan going forward.
And I think that's going to be a really great game plan. I cannot wait to see you execute that.
Thank you.
All right, so after we talked, a couple of months after we talked near the end of 2020, you shared some personal news with everyone and said that you were traveled to Istanbul for hair transplant surgery. So why did you decide to blog it with the community?
Yeah, well, it's been something that I was dealing with before I really decided to go. I did a whole year of keeps, which was finasteride and minoxidil, and it didn't really do much, meaning I was receding to the point where it was beyond getting back. So the amount that was making it not make it worse, it was already at a point where I wasn't happy with. And I really went back and forth about what I wanted to do with this. I shaved my head, I did all these different things. And at the end of the day, I kind of just said to myself, what is going to make me a much happier person? And I decided to go through it and pursue the hair transplant surgery. And it's 5 months after the fact. I'm incredibly happy. The results are coming in. And to go on to specifically this part of the deal, it really was a thinking process for me and something I put a lot of consideration in, because there's so many factors to consider beyond even just your own self. There's so many different levels to it. And this company reached out to me a year before I decided to do it. I said no. I wasn't going to travel across the country to do something get a surgery on my head. It was crazy to me. And I just wasn't mentally there. But then a year later, I was dealing with it for a year. And I had the decision to make. It's time I either shave my head, which was completely fine, but I made a decision I wanted to do something about it and get my hair back. And this company reached out to me. They offered me a free flight, a free procedure, and everything for free in exchange for 12 video sequence. It was something that was kind of a no-brainer in that regard, meaning it was going to make me significantly happier. I was doing it for me, and I was getting the opportunity to do it for free, just with promotion. And then the reason I agreed to it was because I was doing it for me. I was doing it to make me a happier person. Why wouldn't I promote being happier to hopefully help other people be happier? And I, of course, got some backlash. You don't have to change yourself. You don't have to do that. And of course, that's somehow a lot of people think. There's going to be multiple different opinions, controversy, and it never really bothered me in that regard, because at the end of the day, I did it to make me a happier person. And sharing the experience is something that made me happier, is something that I don't care if people disagree with. It made me happier. It's about me in that regard. And then I hope my content sharing it could help someone else feel the exact same feeling of happiness that I got. So that was my mindset behind how I got the opportunity and then why I decided to really pursue it.
And I have known you for, I think, 4 years, and this is the best you've looked, the happiest I've seen you look and everything, guys. Like, there are only a few people I have in my phone and on my face that I can contact anytime. Mike's one of them. So I'm very grateful to see how this has happened. I'm so happy that you took a chance and you look so happier. The content's gotten so much better. So I'm proud that you embraced this opportunity and took it by the horns.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy I did. And it was a long back and forth process mentally. It really was. But I mean, to anyone who's listening to this, if you want to do something and are debating it because of how other people think, stop right there. Think what's going to make you happier and make that your decision maker.
All right, so in March that you updated the Anabolic Aliens community with this handprint transformation journey. So we've seen you do a lot of fitness transformations, but not this one. So how is this journey compare and contrast between your other things that we've seen you perform over the years?
Well, it's completely different. We're watching my hair transform instead of like muscle development in that regard. So it's been a really interesting kind of process to broadcast because I've actually gotten, I'd say, even potentially higher engagement on these videos and some workout videos, which was very eye-opening to me. I was very surprised how much of an engaged community was interested in this subject. And I get DMs every single day. Yo, what's going on with your hair? What's up with your hair? And it's crazy because I have my next video dropping the next week or so, and it'll be like the 5-month update. The results are crazy at this point, like incredibly amazing. And it's only 35%. And I still am going to be, I've been taking pictures every single Wednesday for an entire, since the very beginning of the surgery, before the surgery. And I'll be doing that for the entire year. So I'll be showing the entire transformation from literally before and then every single week until after a year. So it's going to be a really cool journey to show. And I think a lot of people are excited to kind of see how it goes because I think a lot of people are honestly debating doing it themselves. Based off the comments, a lot of people are kind of using my experience to see what happens to me in order for them to pull the trigger on themselves, which is really cool. And I feel like it's a very important position to be in. So I got to make sure I'm honest.
And I'm glad. And guys, for sure, I know that Mike is honest and I know he's going to be transparent and forward as possible. So you guys have nothing to worry about.
Absolutely.
All righty, guys. So Mike, have you thought about your dream collaborators that you want to work with? And now that COVID's winding down, have you thought about returning to reunite with collaborating with different people? And if so, who are the fitness people that you want to collaborate for videos that would inspire the invasion and the Anabolic Aliens community?
I love collaborating with people. So I'm always open to those opportunities. And I think some people, I mean, I'll go on a high scale. I really want to meet The Rock and do a workout with The Rock. That is like a dream of mine. So that would be an incredible opportunity. And then, I mean, guys in the industry, I still would love to do some collab videos with Christian Guzman, Rob Lipset. I'm very much into collaborating with the fitness influencers that are beyond just fitness and also have their own businesses. Those are the ones that really intrigue me the most because that's what I'm doing myself and the journey I'm on. So I would love to hear from people who are interested in all they're doing fitness-wise in their gains, but also all their entrepreneurial endeavors.
I totally agree. So we got to start winding down this conversation. So Anabolic Aliens have an incredible presence on social media. So what are some of your favorite platforms, such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube? And what are some of the favorite? What are some of the favorite platforms that Anabolic Aliens enjoys growing with their audience, seeing you watch on the platforms?
YouTube is definitely number one. I make sure I release there at least weekly, hopefully more. But YouTube, the community is by far the highest engaged. It's my highest following. And I think it's because it's the follow along type format. I release full workout videos for people to follow with me. So that community element is really at an all-time high and always will be on YouTube. It's just the type of content I'm releasing. It's a blast. So YouTube is definitely number one. And then I'd actually say at this point in time, TikTok is now my number two. I love posting on TikTok. It's really fun for me. And it's actually probably one of the more easier platforms for me to make content for because it's just more of an editing process, meaning I film what I do in the gym and then making a video edit out of it. My TikTok's finally starting to grow. Nothing crazy, just a couple thousand, but the organic growth I'm getting is more than any other platform by far. So even YouTube, I'm growing faster on TikTok right now than any other platform, which is incredibly exciting to see. And I just want to capitalize on that attention right now. So TikTok's definitely my number two. And then I'd go over to Instagram. which is my second highest followed platform. I think my engagement rate, though, isn't nearly as high as like TikTok compared to the following amount and YouTube. I love Instagram. I just love being where the attention is. And YouTube and TikTok right now are where my highest attention is. So Instagram definitely would be third in that regard. But I like have my community on Instagram is awesome. So it's just a really fun platform as well. Then after that, it kind of just is more putting content out. Like I post every day on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and all those other platforms. But those three are my like main priorities. Then everything else is kind of more content that's being shared that was made for those other platforms.
It's amazing to see you embrace TikTok because I have not had the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, TikTok, awesome, man. It's still like the longer you wait, the less of a chance you'll have. So get on it now.
I will have to do that. Anyway, why should my audience check out the Anabolic Aliens community and also the Invasion?
You should check it out because one, we have something for every type of person. We don't just make workouts that work for me. We make workouts that fit any type of scenario and whatever your lifestyle may be. So we make it work, take away your excuses, and have a lot of fun doing it. And what you see now is incredibly effective. It's awesome. There's a ton there. And I can also promise you we have so much more coming.
Awesome. Okay, so where can they download the Exerprise app and also check out and connect with you on social media?
The Exerprise app is a free download app and Play Store. And then also the Exerprise Watch Companion is available in the App Store for the Apple Watch integration. And then we have anabolicaliens.com, which is the Invasion membership, everything on there. And then the socials, Anabolic Aliens YouTube, Anabolic Aliens Instagram, Anabolic Aliens Twitter, TikTok, Anabolic Aliens.
Alrighty, guys. If you missed an episode of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast, head to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Spreaker. Just type in Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. And are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too. Please subscribe and follow at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. As I mentioned earlier, Jake's Take is celebrating its 10th anniversary, so the blog has started all. And there are plenty of articles with Mike Rosa featuring Anabolic Aliens and Mike Rosa. So if you want to read our old interviews, head to jakes-take.com. And also, guys, please consider heading to PayPal to help keep jakes-take.com and my platform up and running. It's just me doing all this, plus with the support of GoDaddy. But it will help me tremendously. And Mike, thank you so much for all that you've done. And I'm very grateful for our friendship.
Absolutely. Right back at you. And I appreciate you as always, man.
All righty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, have a great one. Bye.